Hi there guys, coming down to the field today and I'm going to try some Winchester varmint rounds. Let's see that. Not sure what these are going to be like. I have segregated these, which means I've used a bullet comparator just to sort of see if it makes any sort of difference at all. But I'm going to give them a go. And I mean, you've got 2,550 feet per second here, which is pretty much standard on most of these boxes. But I'm curious to sort of see what these are like out of my barrel, and then compare them to the Hornady VMAX and see how they compete against them. Just got a target out there at sort of like 50 yards, and there on the camera looks like it's about 200 yards. But we'll see what kind of speeds we get out of these and what accuracy, let's say 50 yards, and then may push them out a bit further and see what happens. Okay, so okay, so that's 2,598. Camper's error. I reckon I got the sun on it now. Ugh. Bear with me, folks. Okay, and we're back. Let's have a look. So 2,482. Okay, that's sort of 5 shots there. 4 shots. Got the other 2 shots I've had to take off camera because I said it was reading error. But there's a couple that kind of went a little bit below that 500 feet per, 2,500 feet per second. But I'm going to try the segregated Hornady Ammo, and I'm at 50 yards. Group wise, it really wasn't. Let's have a look. Nothing to write home about on them. Let's just give the Hornadys a go. these for now. I am using the rifle at the moment with a bipod and a monopod at the rear, so a little bit of group jumping could be down to the rifle as well. I may try a bag, just sort of see at the back, just to see if I can get a little bit more sort of stable. But I'll give you a shot to the rifle in just a second. So let me just try these 5 rounds and see what happens. Now they are coming up faster. That's 2,600. Below 600 there. Ooh, I pulled that one. But that jumped out to 2,700. So that's probably not even me. That's probably jumped high because of that actual round. And probably either could be the amount of powder that was in that one, or the thickness of the case. Could be a number of things with these factory rounds. But the others grouped a lot more consistently. So in fact, well, when you actually look at this back on the video, you can just sort of see how many feet per second difference there was. Let's see if I can get a shot of that. You're just about to see that, I think. So I'm just using a little tripod that's mounted on the bench here, so it's a little bit on the shaky side. But let's give those Winchesters just another crack. Just see how consistent they are with being either 2,500 or just below. Okay, so I'm going to give these Winchesters another go, and let's see how we get on. So 2,565. Now, that's either gone through the same hole because I mean I literally can see only one hole there. Just a second, folks. I'm just going to inspect this barrel. Yep, it did clear it. Just wanted to make sure, because from here I literally can see only one hole. So let's carry on. Well, fairly consistent. Group's a bit better as well. I've got the bipod slightly just pushing more forward this time rather than rearward into my shoulder. It seems to prefer that. Oh, that one went a bit high. Okay. Well, I think that actually shot a little bit better this time, but apart from that last shot, it jumped up to the top of the cross. But they definitely run slower than the 17 grain Hornady V Maxes. Let me just flip this camera around a minute. you can see there, I'll just let that focus a little bit. Okay, so that's what I've been trying. Hope you can see that okay. And the 17 grain Hornady VMAX. But there was definitely noticeable difference in the way he shot out of this barrel. I'll just turn the camera around. Here's the rig. This is my CZ 17 HMR with a custom stock rear monopod. At the moment it's just a Harris bipod, but I'm going to be taking that off and I'm going to be putting a Accushot Atlas bipod on that. These are okay, these Harris, but this one is without the notched leg, which is kind of pain in the arse every time I want to do a bit of targeting, because you've got to set it with the thumb screw there, and it's okay, but I might just stick that on my air rifle and say go with the Accushot. I've got that on my 223 and it's, I think, just far more superior. But that's my baby. There's a custom bolt there. Chamber is empty there. Just see that. I love that, and it's great for actually when I'm shouldering the rifle. I've got plenty of clearance for the scope there. It doesn't get in the way, because the old one, you know, with some of these bells, you've got the little rounded knob that ends up being about here, and it's a pain in the arse when you're trying to put your finger in there with your thumb. So, but with that, it's just brilliant. Anyway, let's have a look at that group and let's see what's going on there at the target. So bear with me. Okay, so we've come up to the target. This was the first group. Like I said, I'm just experimenting a little bit more now with different holds, and nothing fantastic about that group at all, but they are definitely running slower. That was the next group with the Hornadys. Not fantastic there, but then they started to. This one here was literally through the same hole the first two shots. The rest are moving around, or it could be the variations in powder, so it's very difficult. But we're going to have a few more shots, play around a little bit more, and see what I can squeeze out of this rifle. Bear with. Okay, let's take another shot at that 50. You can see that, and see if we can just tighten up that group a little bit. These are the Winchesters I'm trying now. There's nothing really brilliant. I mean, I'm trying to stay as steady as I possibly can, but so far I'm only squeezing sort of half-inch groups out of these at 50 yards. I'll go up and put a couple more X's on there. Just have a couple more goes and try some different holds. So bear with me. Okay, let's try the 17V Max again at the Hornady. Oh. First two shots great. That one just moved it out to the left. So it could have been me. Looking promising, but so loading up the bipod and pushing right into that, into those legs, seem to be working out better. Let's try the 5 of the Winchesters. Barrel seems to be still cold anyway, so. I mean, for rabbiting, I'm sure you can use these pretty much all day long, but I've got to try and get them as accurate as I possibly can. So these are the Winchesters now. Nope. Doesn't seem to want to know. Nah. I mean, these for 50-yard groups, these are ugly groups, these are. The only thing I can say about those groups, or that last group there, was the group stayed horizontal, so there wasn't really any vertical jumps. I mean, not above the little cross line. I mean, they stayed fairly consistent. Maybe one more group of the Hornadies. I might just call that the last bit of testing, really. But this time I'm going to try. I'm going to pull it right into my shoulder. I'm not going to load the bipod legs. I'm just going to pull it into my shoulder. And let's see where those groups jump. Well, what a difference that made. That was pulling very heavy into my shoulder. And from what I can see there, and I'm hoping that might just show it there, it's a lot tighter. I mean, the first 4 shots, sorry, there's only one out of that group there, sorry, so the last one went back into the group, so 3 into the same hole, rag hole, 1 just out, and then the 5th one back in the group. But that was a lot tighter. A lot tighter. You know what, while I still got it running, I'm going to try those Winchesters one more time. I'm just going to make a hole and then finish off these 10 rounds after that with after that box. And just do the whole 10 rounds. And let's see if it makes a difference with these. Okay, so that's 10 in the magazine. Barrel's just getting a little bit warm now, and a little bit. So let's give it a go. Right, so I'm just going to make a hole. Right, you can see there. It's gone ever so slightly right from where I was aiming. But we'll give it a go. Oh, that one jumped out. And that one didn't fire at all. Okay, so that one was a misfire. Okay, so that's 9 that fired, and I'm going to load this back up into the chamber. I mean, you can see that it did just make the nick. I know you can't see that. In fact, I'll show you. Let me just zoom back. As you can see, hopefully the camera can pick that up. But it didn't go off. But I'm going to turn it around and see if we can get this thing to go off. Quite surprised that it didn't. So I'm going to manually feed it in. And see if we can get it together. and it went. And from what I can see the group as well, the group is a lot tighter. And let me zoom back. As you can see, sorry, you got the double nip there. But there's no splits in the case, so it could just be it didn't strike it properly, or I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. But the integrity of the case is okay. Like I said, no splits. Just one of those things. But something definitely to be observed when it does happen. Right, let's have a quick look up there of those groups. Just bear with me. Okay, this is the 10-shot group. As you can see there, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, it's about a ½ inch slit group. There's a couple that have jumped out of that group there, but still, again, you know, if I want to do some varmint control of our anything to sort of 50 yards, that's a tight enough group for anything like that. Now, the 17 Hornadies, they were a lot tighter. Now, they really like that hold. Only one just jumped out of that group there, but that's less than a ½ inch group. So yeah, very sort of chuffed with that. So that's how it's got to be, I think. I mean, light hold, light cheek, doesn't seem to be working on the bipod or monopod. As you can see by some of these groups, it doesn't like it at all. But then as soon as you pull it heavy into the shoulder, giving hardly any movement at all, only the whatever natural recoil of the rifle, but the shoulder is literally taking most of that, if any recoil. Cool. Well, hope that wasn't too boring, and I'll give you another little shot of the rifle before I leave. But thanks for watching. So bear with me.